Lagos. The city of hustle, power, and endless ambition. In the heart of this buzzing city lived Amara, a woman everyone admired, yet secretly envied. She was 35, a successful career woman, sharp, elegant, and commanding respect wherever she went. In her office, people whispered, "Amara is the best we've got. She deserves that promotion." But as the whispers grew louder, they also carried a cruel reminder. If only she was married. Because in her company, the position she had worked so hard for, the promotion she had sacrificed nights, weekends, and even relationships for, was reserved for someone with the title of Mrs. It didn't matter how skilled she was. It didn't matter that she carried the whole department on her shoulders. To the board, a single woman was incomplete. Amara laughed it off at first, but the pain cut deep. She deserved that promotion. She had earned it. Yet society's old-fashioned rules stood in her way. One evening, she sat with her friends at a quiet lounge, sipping wine as they gossiped. One of them leaned closer and said, "Amara, you're too stubborn. Why don't you just fake it?" Amara frowned. "Fake what?" "A marriage. You don't need to love the man. Just sign papers, wear a ring, flaunt it for the world to see, and when you get the promotion, you both can go your separate ways." The idea shocked her. At first, she dismissed it. She wanted something real, not an arrangement. But as the days passed, as the gossip in the office grew louder and the promotion slipped further from her reach, desperation began to whisper in her ear. That was when she met Emeka. Emeka was not the type of man people expected Amara to mingle with. By day, he worked as a fitness instructor, training clients who adored his charisma and energy. By night, he picked up shifts as a waiter in a high-end restaurant, just to make ends meet. The first time Amara saw him, he was carrying trays with the quiet grace of a man used to hard work. Their eyes met. Hers, sharp and calculating, his, bold and unflinching. It wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't even attraction. It was opportunity. Over time, after small encounters at the restaurant, Amara took the bold step. One night, as he cleared her table, she leaned in and said calmly, "I have a proposition for you. A fake marriage. Just for show. You'll get 15 million naira for your trouble." Emeka froze. He thought she was joking. But when he realized she was serious, he refused. "I'm not that kind of man," he muttered. But as the bills piled up, as his family's needs weighed on him, Amara's offer returned to his mind again and again. 15 million. That kind of money could change his life forever. And so, reluctantly, he agreed. The wedding was grand, elegant, and the talk of the town. People were stunned. Amara married to this young man. Some sneered, others admired, but Amara didn't care. She got what she wanted, the title of Mrs. She smiled for the cameras, posed for the pictures, and on Monday morning, walked into her office wearing a ring on her finger. The whispers stopped. Respect filled the room. And just like that, the promotion was hers. But while she had won the world, she had not won Emeka's heart. Behind the closed doors of their marriage, the smiles faded. They lived like strangers, bound not by love but by contract. He wanted freedom, she wanted respect. But fate had other plans, because love, no matter how much you resist it, has a way of sneaking in through the cracks, and that was only the beginning. The wedding was small but loud. The whispers of Lagos society filled the air. How did Amara find a husband so quickly? Who is this man? He doesn't look like her type. Some smiled, some sneered, but Amara didn't care. She wore her success like a crown. She had finally secured her promotion, but behind the smiles, Amara and Emeka knew the truth. It was all business. That evening, Amara sat across from him in her luxury apartment. A contract spread between them. "These are the rules," she said firmly, her voice sharp as glass. "No touching. No falling in love. No interfering in each other's lives. We stay married for 2 years, then divorce quietly. You get your 15 million in installments. Simple. Emeka leaned back on the couch, his muscular arms folded, eyes glittering with amusement. You make it sound easy, he replied. But life isn't always simple. Amara narrowed her eyes. This isn't life, Emeka. This is business. And so, the arrangement began. In public, they held hands, smiled for the cameras, and played the role of a perfect couple. In private, the apartment felt like two strangers trapped in a cage, but fate had its own plans. One morning, Amara woke up late for work. She dashed into the kitchen only to find Emeka cooking, shirtless, humming softly as he stirred a pot of egusi soup. The scent filled the air, warm and inviting. She froze. Something about the sight stirred a strange warmth in her chest. "Why are you cooking?" she asked, harsher than she intended. He looked up, smirk tugging at his lips. "Because you forget to eat." A woman chasing the world shouldn't starve herself. Amara walked away quickly, heart pounding, as though she had seen something dangerous. The more she tried to keep things professional, the more the lines blurred. Emeka, with his quiet strength and teasing charm, had a way of slipping through the cracks of her perfectly built walls, but Amara wasn't the only one noticing him. At her company gala, one of her wealthy colleagues leaned in, whispering, "Your husband is different. Not our circle, but handsome. Be careful, Amara. Men like that always want something more." The warning lingered in her mind. She told herself it was nonsense, this was a contract, nothing more, yet that night, as she lay in bed, she couldn't ignore the echo of Emeka's laughter from the living room. And the unsettling truth that her heart was beginning to betray the very contract she had written. Weeks turned into months, and the perfect couple act became second nature. At board meetings, Amara found herself lost in thoughts and daydreams of Emeka. At family dinners, he charmed her relatives with stories and jokes, but in the silence of their penthouse, the air was different. Every smile, every touch, they were supposed to be rehearsed, fake. Yet it no longer felt that way. One evening, Amara returned from work, exhausted. Her heels clicked against the marble floor as she dropped her bag. To her surprise, she found Emeka asleep on the couch, papers scattered across his chest. Training schedules, gym receipts, a budget plan. All showing how he was struggling to expand his fitness business. She paused, watching him. For the first time, she didn't see a paid actor in her life. She saw a man fighting for survival. Her chest tightened. She quietly covered him with a blanket, but the world outside wasn't so quiet. At the next corporate event, Amara's promotion put her at the center of attention. That night, as she mingled with wealthy investors, a smooth-talking businessman named Desmond cornered her. He was powerful, influential, and arrogant. Emeka attended the event with her. "Amara, you deserve more than a gym boy," Desmond sneered, glancing at Emeka across the room. "If you want to climb higher, you need a man in your league. Someone like me." Before Amara could respond, Emeka appeared at her side, his jaw tight, his arm sliding protectively around her waist. His eyes burned into Desmond's. "She already has everything she needs," Emeka said coldly. The tension crackled. Guest whispered. Amara's heart pounded, not just from the scene, but from the way Emeka's hand lingered on her waist long after Desmond walked away. He was marking his territory seriously. That night, Amara confronted him. "You had no right to interfere." She snapped, pacing the living room. Emeka stepped closer, his voice low. "And you had no right to let a man talk to you like that. You may think this is business, but when someone disrespects you..." He stopped, breathing hard, his eyes locked on hers. "It's personal for me." The silence stretched, thick and dangerous. Amara's lips parted, a protest on her tongue, but nothing came out. For the first time, the contract felt like a lie neither of them believed anymore. The cracks in the contract deepened when his ex showed up, Kemi, Emeka's ex, beautiful, daring, and unapologetically bold. She turned up at the gym one evening, smiling too sweetly. Emeka, she purred, brushing his arm. Long time. I heard you're married now. To Amara. Her laughter dripped with disbelief. Emeka stiffened, stepping back. Yes. I'm married. But Kemi didn't back down. She leaned in, her voice low. We both know this is fake. I hope you haven't started catching feelings. Don't forget what we had. Her hand slid along his chest. Touch me, Emeka. You want to? He grabbed her wrist, not roughly, but firmly, and pushed her hand away. No, Kemi. Whatever we had is dead. I don't want you. I don't need you. His eyes hardened. I'm not that man anymore. He walked out, straight into the apartment he now shared with Amara. She was waiting in the living room, arms crossed, her eyes flashing with jealousy. I saw her, Amara said quietly. I saw the way she looked at you. Emeka sighed, stepping closer. It meant nothing. Amara's jaw tightened. Then why does it hurt me so much? Why do I care? The words hung between them, raw and trembling. Slowly, Emeka reached for her hand. Because this? Us. It stopped being fake a long time ago. Her eyes filled with tears, but she didn't look away. I fought it, Emeka. I told myself this was business. That I didn't need you. That all I wanted was the promotion. But the truth is, her voice cracked. I can't imagine this life without you in it. For a moment, silence reigned. Then, Emeka cupped her face and kissed her, soft at first, then deeper, like every wall they had built came crashing down. The contract was broken. The marriage was no longer fake. From then on, they didn't hide. Amara shamelessly marked her territory, holding his hand in public, stealing kisses in hallways, introducing him proudly as her husband. And Emeka. He wore his wedding ring like a badge of honor, flaunting it even when younger women tried to flirt. They had started as a deal. But in the end, they became something real. Something fierce. Something forever, and they lived happily ever after.